It was just our stupid profile pics, which we love so dearly. So, and so it's fine. Oh, come on! Didn't I fix this already? Damn it! Hi everybody. Let's just make it so that the game will appear. That would be really nice, wouldn't it? Yeah. And while man, let me share the side stream. There we go. And there was happiness. All right.
Yay.
Oh, I need some of that water. I'm parched. My fan's not even on. No wonder I'm dying in here. It's Arizona. What am I doing?
Oh, at least the audio's good.
Welcome to Front Row Geeks, where it's 101 degrees.
Yay.
Baking.
Resident Chef Asher over there, baking stuff apparently. NPX being as mysterious as ever, telling me cryptic things without saying anything at all.
That's because I was muted.
Well, it's you being cryptic. You were muted in your presentation.
Yes, I am going to mime through Discord.
That would be
Stranger Things.
That would be the next big thing on Twitch.
That's just simply a series of emoticons, you realize.
And then speaking of the next big thing, the premier streamer of our network, Fates over here.
Oh, come on.
All right, let's do this, everybody. We're
You're
gonna
the
rock
one
and
who
roll.
managed to hit triple digits.
Yeah, it was 100% just purely me being in the right place. And it will probably never happen again for a long time, at least.
I mean, I haven't seen it yet, but I want to see it.
The important thing is to see if whether some people stick around.
Well, yeah, of course.
But also sounded exciting the way you described this. I want to know what went down.
It was a little intense. I'm not gonna lie. It was a little intense.
Well, it was like any other Doctor show.
I mean, maybe, but the night before he was going around on jet skis. That's what I.
It was lupus.
Watching.
No, it was definitely not lupus. It was intense. It was not lupus.
Surgery does not usually involve lupus.
Okay, let's see. Where do I need to go again for this part?
Well, I think you were trying to recollect things in previous areas, such as like below.
Yeah, I need to get to this. I always forget what it's called. No, I was in Noxtella. That's where I was going to. Noxtella? Is this Noxtella? Okay, Noxtella.
Well, you completed the Valiant Gargoyles fight. I think you fought off Afia's Deathbed champions. Or did you? Well, you did, because you have a teleport there.
Okay. The reason I'm thinking this is that I need... Let me check my inventory, because there's two items that I don't remember if I obtained last time. One of them was the Wing of Astel.
Oh, I think I know where that is.
Okay, good.
It is underground.
Oh, okay, no, I got it. Wing of Astel, so no, I do have that.
Okay.
Oh, okay, I remember. Now that I'm looking at it, now I remember. And then the other one was the Archer Ashes. Did I get those? I mean, I'm not necessarily trying to be completionist about this in this playthrough, but I just wanted to make sure since I was in the area. Yes, I got those, so we are good. Okay, so actually I have no reason to go back to Noxtella after all. There's one place I need to return to for sure, and that's Caelid. Particularly the Divine Tower of Caelid is what I need to go to. Because it turns out I did forget an entire section in that tower. I forgot to go down. That might have helped. Ah, not gonna catch me off guard. This guy's got glowy eyes. Now! Ow! Bollocks. Oh, fuck. Of course I say stupid things and I win stupid prizes. There we go. I suppose that was worth it. You know, we keep talking about these glowy eye enemies, and I never feel like we get that much out of them. But
Well, they're meant to be a slight bonus, not really, Oh, that's right. You haven't gone into the depths of this.
I have not. Let's see. I have 40,000 runes to go before I level up. Do we want to risk this and miss runes and loons? No. We're gonna go back upstairs, buy me some runes, and then traverse. I will not lose 100,000 runes. We use 100,000 runes instead. See how many this will get me? 25. Okay, we're closer. Closer. I went overkill on that one. Crap. Oh well. Oh well. That's our lot in life. Still better than 100,000. 17,000 I might be able to live with. Okay, let's do this. I will say that even though I got a video to tell me about this place, I did not watch the video, so I don't know a lot about what I'm about to do, except I just know it's dangerous. But then again, I don't need much more of a hint than, oh, there's platforming. That's all I need to know this is dangerous. Okay. Any helpful hints? Suffering. Yep, that's what I thought. Okay, let's do this. Okay, so far that worked. What's up here? Nothing? I don't know.
Sorry, trying to finish food.
What's for dinner? Oh, you already told me.
Mac and cheese.
I had birria ramen.
Right. Scoozy.
Delightful.
You never say wreck anymore. I can't follow up if you're gonna say stuff like that. Goddamn.
Now you don't know if you can say it or not.
You ruined my few joys in life. Is this a trap? Okay, everything feels like a trap now.
Well, yeah, it's a Souls game, Eddie. Everything's a trap.
Oh boy. Okay, how the fuck are we gonna do this? Okay.
But
I had to jump down. I had to jump down the right way. God damn, I hate this part. Oh, my skin's crawling. Fuck!
oh no! It's all wrong! You have to do platforming! In a game that actually does decent platforming for once!
Decent is a generous term.
It's much better than Dark Souls 1, 2, or 3, Eddie.
I hate this so much. Okay, I'm gonna go with this side, I guess, because that's where the symbol is, right? I mean, there's two symbols. One of them I really don't like, but what else am I gonna do? Somehow I have to jump and land on that platform. Thank God. Thank God. I am not totally vomiting in my mouth. Thank God.
You're vomiting in your gut!
Okay, let's see. So...
Yes, classic Dark Souls platforming.
Ah!
Falling and hoping you don't fall.
And then there's company. Oh, and he's got a shield. Fuck you.
Yeah, but you have that magic, so
Fuck! I missed. Okay. Okay. Are we supposed to go up? I don't know. Okay. Alright, we made it here. We made it through the wilderness. We made it through. Didn't know how lost it was until I found that elevator. Oh, that guy looks intimidating. Let's boin him. He did not. Oh, yes, he did. He did not burn the first time, but he burned the second time. Ooh, he's got a similar getup as I do. Only not as red. Ow. Ha! I was lit, mother. I hear footsteps. Who's gonna ambush me? A Runark. Sweet. Seek boss. Cool. Cool story, bro. Am I supposed to go down there? What was over here? I went left. Let's go right instead and see where that doesn't take me. It takes me absolutely nowhere, just a wall. Okay. So maybe that is
Takes you to a wall.
That is the way to go, apparently. Geronimo. Oh, wait. Shit. I forgot that we went up, so I just... Fuck.
Sometimes you actually want to do that, Eddie. To get further down, you have to go up.
Yeah, except that now I'm just back where I started. I'm back at the now. Where the hell am I going to jump at?
I mean, sometimes to find the way forward, you have to go all the way back to where you started.
Or wait, no, this is different. No. It just was made to look the same. Fuck you, game.
Told you, Eddie.
If it wasn't for
for
the red stain, I would have thought I was going the same way as before. God.
So now where?
Butts.
This time we went this way, or no? Is it the same way? I don't know. I don't know anymore. We're gonna find out. Press the button. Am I going the exact same way? It said well done, so I don't know. We're just gonna do this and then we'll find out later. This all looks the same. Does that mean I fucked up?
Perhaps.
Go ahead. So the question is, no, there's the dead body of my friend, so no, we did fucking go in circles. God damn it.
Unless there's just a duplicate of the body in the second level of the maze.
Right?
Like somebody decided to be kind of an asshole and do that.
I know, it does seem like... So where the fuck?
I mean, this is a Souls game.
Okay,
Seek boss.
Maybe if I go this way. Maybe that's what I needed to do.
Channel your inner Karen and seek the manager.
Funny that you say that.
Was that a meme that wasn't actually really that much of a meme after all?
No.
Oh, shit.
No. I just know what's down here.
Oh! That did not look like you were going to survive that.
No, I think that was
That
it.
looked like you guys baited into a trap.
Yeah. It was meant to scare the shit out of me. That was the second time they've done that to me, actually.
It worked for me.
Oh, so sorry for the weird crinkly sounds coming from my end. I was just
Stop weirdly
opening-
crinkling.
Gross. Gross.
I was
David.
opening packages.
Now we're live, David. We're not that kind of stream.
What? Unboxing streams?
I wonder if that other stream would pay more. Maybe we should be that kind of stream. Speaking of that kind of stream, I'm going to stick it to this guy for making me go through all this terrible, terrible nonsense. Here we go.
It's not his fault that he lives in a literal Escher hellscape.
No, he wore my pseudo armor. He must be here on purpose. Oh, I probably should. Let's see, how many resources do I have? I didn't use that much resources getting here. Maybe we could do this. Don't know what's expected of me here, so let's pump it up.
Editor's note: he could not, in fact, do this.
Okay, I've sufficiently guarded my loins.
Girded?
Oh God!
That's what you meant? I mean, I guess guarded works too.
One of these. Does that mean his brother's going to be here? We'll see.
Well, if you do enough to him before his brother shows up, it shouldn't matter.
Well, it might be like that other fight where they take turns. I'm going to take this guy out, and then brother shows up. Oh, I interrupted you.
Oh, nice interrupt.
I didn't think that actually worked, but I felt brave in that moment.
Well, now you've interrupted phase change.
Oh, that was messy.
Ow. Ah! Don't.
Are you going to get yourself killed out of hubris?
Probably.
No. Of course not.
I mean, that was definitely the way it was starting to go.
I mean, technically you're at endgame level, so this guy is supposed to be like mid-game.
Okay, see? Now, see, that's what I was worried. Oh no, he is the only one. Okay.
Now you too can wear the skin of a god.
Hell no. It's gross enough looking on him. I don't think it's going to be much better with me. Alright, what's my prize?
Your prize is butts.
The Godslayer Greatsword. Well, that sounds really cool. Too bad it doesn't work with anything that I do, but...
Of course, it's going to be a strength build weapon.
I didn't even bother to check what kind of weapon it is.
I mean, it was literally called a greatsword.
Oh,
I mean, I feel like that was a hint.
That's a good point.
Nudge, nudge, wank, wank. I mean, wink, wink.
Oh. Hey, again, we're not that kind of stream.
Okay, let's see. Here we go.
There it is.
Yeah, I don't have enough dex for it, actually.
Wow.
A Dex Greatsword?
Strength, dex, faith, scaling.
It needs 22 dex. How much dex do I have right now? I don't even remember.
The minimum?
I have 15 dex, so... Yeah, whatever this weapon is, it's not for me. Okay, because I didn't have time to research other potential places with potential goodies, we're just gonna have to go back to the Crumbling Azula. Okay, let me go to a site of grace to heal my wounds and uppity my stats, because we're almost near another level up, so might as well use the runes for it. Okay, 30. Okay, a couple more should do it. Let's go overboard and go 3. Okay,
Yeah, that was definitely overboard. That had to have been.
It was 144 last time.
147?
Ooh, 146.5. I was off by 200.
Okay, now just
like
eat one of the small ones, like the
Yeah.
super small ones.
Just one. Just one.
Well, it was 146.5
Actually-
and change. I think you might want one more.
Yeah, right? wait. Now that I'm here, now I want to see for sure, though. Oh, wait, I can check my status. Oh, no,
95.
Justin...
95.
Ah.
Time to eat another 200.
And then just walk around with like 120.
I've got so much faith.
Oh, sorry, 121. My bad.
To this random place. And where did we leave off? It was Tempest facing balcony. That sounds about right. What of you?
Yeah.
Oh, and a lot of dragons up there, by the way. Okay, now time
Well, there's
to
a lot
see-
of dragons to fight.
They all want to murder your butt.
Well, in reality, they want to reenact American Gladiator.
Ah.
Oh, who doesn't, though? I don't blame him now.
Yeah, but they're going to push you off the platform.
And they're not going to use the... why did I get a high?
Wiffle bats.
Yeah, wiffle bats.
The Nerf jousting sticks.
No, stop it.
He doesn't want to. He likes his lightning.
Later.
Okay, so I came from the stairs? I have to do a lot of remembering where I came from. Remember who you are.
You have to remember not only where you came from, but where you went. Where did you go?
I think there's a name there we don't want to say.
Yeah, no, that's a cursed name. Let's not say it.
Obtain a total of 420
My sword
parts.
is sharp. I love that.
Okay, Gundam Breaker Mobile. If you say so.
Are you actually talking about your gotchas?
One of the achievements is obtain 420 parts.
Lols.
Ah, so your Gundam pilots are gonna start blazing it.
Yeah, apparently so. Especially since I just got Roberto.
Did I come through here? I am having all kinds of amnesia. Oh well, we're gonna find out the hard way which way I came from. No, this looks new. And everything sounds scary here.
Yeah, I was like, I'm hearing some
Uh-oh.
weird. I'm hearing some weird voice activation activity going on.
I see things leading me.
Material ahead. Be wary of dragon.
Okay, that's speaking my language.
Dragon ahead, but be wary of
And
material.
I did not jump correctly.
Oh, they said be wary of the dragon. They didn't say be wary of the platforming. Honestly, that was on them for not mentioning the platforming. You may be entitled to financial compensation.
Obvious platforming.
I mean, I jumped the first time. It was the second time that did not go well. Because again, it's not a platforming game, so double jump didn't work.
It has a dedicated jump button. It is far more of a platforming game than any previous Souls title.
Fairs, very fairs.
I mean, we've come a long way from Demon Souls, where there was a specific platforming section where you had to accept the fact that you had to
Couldn't jump?
succeed. Well, no, you essentially controlled fall down a series of platforms.
Yeah.
But if you didn't think about that, it's like, no, falling off the edge is death. So that led to a secret.
And Demon Souls did not have a jump button. At all.
I mean, it's hardly the first game to put platforming into a game without a jump button.
Well, it was also the fact that there was no jump command or move.
Yeah,
Unlike
no,
Dark Souls, where you could
You had to be running.
Oh look, I'm
And
gonna get
then
this
you-
item and nothing's going to interrupt me. Oh, never mind.
Welcome.
And it just
slides off
Dragon
the
means
dragon.
nothing.
Ah,
The
fuck.
dragon's name is apparently
a
nothing.
very powerful dragon.
Eddie just got spooked.
Yeah, I
Yep.
got fucking stumped. And I got stumped again.
This is one of the bigger, nastier dragons that
Yikes.
we've seen, I think.
Just take it like a Polaroid picture already.
Sorry, what was that?
Polaroid picture.
No, the part before that.
Oh, take it.
Yeah, I feel like it should be shake it.
It is shake it. I'm playing on the words. Ah, damn.
Smack it, smack.
Also, you seem to be the one that's taking it in this case.
Yep.
Extensively.
Eddie, do you want a triple extra large or a quadruple extra large?
Quadruple.
Okay, time for the 4-footer.
Okay,
We're talking
don't
about
think-
lenses, right?
No. I'm not going to mention it because obviously Michael's going to chastise me of we're not that kind of stream. Again.
Oh. We're not that kind of stream, Asher. That said, now that I got that out of the way, I would say that the 4-footer was probably looked like it was barbed and serrated.
Yeah. Admittedly, it's like it is one of those ones where it's like it's a special order from that place.
That place, huh?
Yeah, that place.
The upside down.
No. It has a name, and it's known for these. It's just the fact that we don't have
I
an
take it-
endorsement from it.
I take it as a point of honor that I have no idea what that place is.
Really?
I have an idea of what you're trying to describe, but I know of no such emporium for those type of device.
It's not an emporium. It's kind of like a brand name.
Okay, well, I don't know the brand name for them.
I'll send it to you directly, Michael.
I'm not sure I want it, but okay. Oh, that was nasty. No, well, I mean, I guess that's rather on the nose, isn't it?
Yes. Apparently, I'm going too deep into making puns. I am stage 4, and we're probably at stage 2.
You're at stage 4-footer, huh?
Command? No.
I mean, hey, you know, I don't yuck your yum. I'm not here for that.
I got smashed.
You did indeed get smashed.
You smash.
What's my equipment right now? Fire. Let's go lightning. I think this will work. I just need to do a little more damage. Send it back up.
Now, I do want to clarify for our audience at home. If I'm seeing correctly, this is an optional dragon fight.
Ease.
Eddie wants to do it anyway, so it's not optional.
All dragons
I
must
mean,
be slain.
It's optional in that the game itself doesn't require it. Whether or not Eddie makes it mandatory for himself, the game did not do so to him.
There's actually a fair amount of dragons that are optional.
I just feel like it's an important distinction that becomes more important the more times we die. Again, like I said, I'm not here to yuck anyone's yum. I just want to make sure that everyone knows that this is in fact a thing.
Yep.
God, that knockback almost yeeted you off the cliff.
Crap, this fire's gonna get me! Oh, hi. What's it doing? Oh, okay. I don't know what it did, couldn't see.
Pouncing you.
Oh, this bullshit again?
Yeah, that was a little close.
Almost there. Come on, I can do it. Ah, crap, it's gonna get me.
See, the thing is, you're freaking out is what was happening earlier was a mix of two things back to back.
I think I got him! Yeah!
You got him! But no, it was the fire breath, and then he was immediately following by the wing buffet. Or buffet.
Nothing?
Whatever.
No, just the satisfaction that I kicked its ass.
No,
Well,
the prize for the prize was the real friends we made along the way.
What, the guy who left the message, Dragon Ahead, item.
Well, there was an item there, but I picked it up already.
Yeah, but it wasn't particularly special.
It was not, because I don't even remember what I picked up.
Sharpened Stone 5.
Oh. There you go. Good morning. Eat this. Oh, you survived. No, you didn't. You survived too. For a little while, anyway. You, sir. All your friends are dying. You're doing nothing about it.
Well, no, you can't do anything about it.
You, sir. Okay. Takes all that. Now we can go downstairs and safely progress further. Unless there's something I forgot about up here. I actually don't know what else is up here. I forgot what I traversed and what I didn't traverse. I don't remember coming out here.
It's a leap of faith.
It's a rune! Oh, I hear something. Ah, oh, yep, that guy. By that guy. Ow. Ow.
I don't think he's a fan of your fire strategy.
Nope. Okay, I remember crossing over this way already, so I think we are done here, so I can go through that courtyard again and just take down the elevator and see where that area leads me. And then
Oh,
in,
the
like,
side that isn't a dragon?
yeah.
But rather is 3 dragons?
It's all the
All at
dragons.
once.
All the dragons are gonna come after me at once.
They just
now.
come swarm you.
Yeah. Like, hey guys, instead of going after him one at a time, we should all just swarm him.
Suddenly, flashbacks to Eden.
Be wary of left. Ah! It's,
Be
oh
wary
shit!
of that.
It's these things again, but they're worse. Oh fuck!
So that's what I heard. Oh shit, they're death spewing.
Yep.
Oh goddamn!
Oh, you are
This-
going to die.
Yep.
Become a tree!
Okay, that's the first
Congratulations,
time
you're a
I've
tree.
died by death in this game. Not on purpose.
The first time you've died by death. Outside
Yes.
of context, that just sounds weird. Granted, in context, it sounds kind of weird too.
Yes.
It's the first time that status effect has eliminated me from a run.
Fair enough.
Dude, that guy totally missed. And he fell. Did he survive the fall? Nope, he did not. That was great! That almost made dying worth it. That creature was worse than the dragon. I'd rather fight the dragons. You motherfucker. What if I drop on you? Haha. No, why? Okay, that worked anyway. Ha! And that will be the only one like those I have to fight. Damn it. There's more of them. Oh god, there's so many of them. I don't want. What's over here? Maybe the end of the game is right here. I'm gonna win. I'm gonna be given the Elden Ring, and all will be good.
I mean, that's one possibility.
Oh no, it's one of these. Nope. No. Die! Fire! Kill it! Ah. Okay, actually, you know what? I'm going about this all wrong. If I'm gonna fight death, I should fight death on its own terms.
You're gonna fight death with death?
Yes.
There.
You suck. Why didn't you have a crit? Don't vomit. Don't do it. Don't do it. Hold it in. Fuck.
Entry time!
God, that is like the worst way to go.
Especially since it comes out the butt.
Ugh.
It plants itself.
I'm pretty sure I'm dead before that part even happens. So. Okay, that didn't work only because it was supposed to let me do a crit. I'm not sure why it didn't let me crit. So I'm not even going to bother critting anymore. I'm just going to go for the wombo combo. And now all my worst enemies are back. There we go. And that's how we're going to deal with these motherfuckers. 1, 2, 3, 4. I lived! No! No!
Whee!
Oh.
Oh,
Damn it!
that was a butt clencher.
Ah. Okay, somehow we're still alive.
And not off a cliff. Especially not yeeted.
Why?
Right
why
on
is
top
that,
of you.
Why is that not enough? Ah.
Maybe hold off a bit before that continues, Eddie?
Okay, yeah, back it off it. I mean, these guys are strong if they can withstand that. Is that guy running? Yes, he is. Don't you walk away from me. No. Okay. We made it through the wilderness. Oh, I already did that song. Ah, it's that guy.
Somehow you made it through.
Oh, fuck! Oh! Bad doggy, bad!
Doggy bed. No.
Okay, so far we are not dying, not succumbing to death. Oh, great joy. I wonder if there's any way I can sneak up on this guy. Nope, 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 nope. Gross, I'm never gonna get that stuff out of the walls now. Okay, let's cheese him a little bit. Yes, cheeseable.
Are you sure you should be mentioning cheese right now, Eddie?
Why not?
I mean, it's possible that they could have been eating that type of cheese. The one that's illegal in the United States.
Gold tinged cheese.
Are you saying they're eating maggot cheese?
Yes.
I'm not familiar.
Let me
It
look
doesn't
up the
sound
actual
great.
name. Well, that's because it's got a live colony of maggots in it.
Yeah, that doesn't sound great at all.
Supposedly, it's super tasty. Supposedly.
I have no idea, and I never will.
Thank God. Kasu Martzu.
I'm trying.
Kasu Marzu. Also, maybe Kasu Mode. It's a Sardinian type cheese.
What does Sardinia mean?
Region town. Sardinia, Corsica, Italy, France.
Let's hurry, hurry, climb the ladder. Hurry, hurry, climb the ladder. Hurry, hurry, climb the ladder. Ding, 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 ding. Hey, buddy.
But
You look
it's
sad.
probably the only cheese that's not allowed on American markets. For various and obvious reasons.
Okay, I'm thinking this guy might actually be dangerous to do that move on, now that I think about it. I'm just asking for trouble, so I might have to go with good old-fashioned fireball. Pretty effective, so this should do it. Yes. Yes. What were you guarding? An 8 smithing stone. Ooh. Okay. Is that everything up here? Yeah, we are not risking it by going down that way. Nope.
We are
No
risking it by
siree.
going in the opposite direction.
Exactly. Like normal people.
I like how it's like we're risking it by the opposite direction, and like 10 seconds later, death.
Yeah, that was...
You still haven't gotten to the bottom of it?
I mean, I said I'd get to the bottom of this, but... I'm about to. I just had a complication. Not to mention, I think I'm learning that I should just burn these people. Ooh, maybe that'll work. Should just burn them. Let's go back to fire mode. Flame, grant me strength. Golden vow. Oh, I woke up the target. It's okay. We will make this work. Burn! Almost. Actually, this is a good combo. Let me start with the uppercut and finish with the black flame. Ah, damn. Ah, damn. Oh, there go my runes. These guys are the worst.
Only because of the fact that they leave an everlasting stench all over you.
Yeah.
And it lingers even after you revive.
It hurts me so. It hurts me so. No denying this place is super treacherous. Wrong button. Oh, I didn't realize it. Goddamn.
I'll be honest, I just sat there watching it, just dumbfounded, like, why isn't he moving? Why isn't he moving? Why isn't he moving? Why isn't he moving?
I didn't know I was in the thick of it. So stupid. Okay, let's try something else. Um, let's go overboard. Let's see if this spell will help. Oh, wrong spell. It looked cool. Let's try it on this guy. Okay. Spirit bomb, go.
Big bomb. No.
It did major damage, and then I can run away. Yeah, that's not bad. I can be a spellcaster today.
Remember, spellcaster in Souls games is easy though.
Funny how it seems to do more damage if I get its attention. Or its face takes more damage, I guess, or something. Let's try this.
Well, I think there's a mechanic for counter hits. So if you attack in the middle of their attack, it tends to do more damage.
Gotcha.
Though, I don't know if that extends to spell work.
Yeah, because I mean, there, it did a ton of damage once he noticed I was there.
take a look at the 2 games that I got. Or at least I will take a look at them.
Look at them. Look at them. What? It was too far away. Let's sigh. Let's try it again.
He's trying to hurl up the cliff.
No. Bad. Bad, weird, evil-looking creature. Bad. Okay. We're finally past this point of deadliness. Let's move on.
And then a group of 50 chuds decide to show up and gank you.
No, I don't want to be ganked.
Ganked. Gank Town.
Please don't you take me to Genki Town.
Don't take me to Ganky Town. Oh look, they're having...
Oh my god, is that a huge one? Damn it.
That's a
Oh,
big
look,
one.
It's a
That's
big
a
one.
big boy.
I hope it doesn't activate. No, 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 don't aim at that one. I missed. Let's take them out one at a time. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, good. Put one more there. Is there anyone hiding out over here that will totally ambush me if I leave them be? Okay, goody goody. Now the question is going to be, hopefully that guy doesn't notice still. Boom.
As the big one promptly notices. Okay, maybe not.
Thankfully. Oh, okay, good. Okay.
Oh man, it got on your clothes.
Now we can focus on just shooting big fireballs at this guy. Oh, he woke up. Hurry up,
Yeah,
fireball.
unfortunately,
Hurry, fireball.
unfortunately, stains like that in your robe will be the death of you.
Blur. Oh no, it got even more on there.
Yip. Ah, he's huge. He's scary.
Of course, he's huge and scary. Were you planning on healing at any point today?
Would you like some Kool-Aid, sir?
Good idea.
I particularly recommend the red flavor.
Time for bug juice.
No. Ah! He jumped. Why he jumped? I don't know why he jumped.
He jumped, and
Ah,
then he
don't
took it
grab
right
me.
to the
No.
crotch.
Fix.
I don't want to be touched.
I'm honestly surprised the water itself isn't corrupted.
Ah! No!
Almost.
Stop it! Just die already! Goddamn. No! No! Stop! Stop with that
Grab.
motion!
Bad touch, bad touch, bad touch.
I think he's stuck, Eddie.
Fire!
Nope.
I was wrong.
I did Gasher baited you, and it almost worked.
Actually, I thought he was. I thought he was stuck, and then it's like,
No.
oh no, he's gonna fall off the cliff.
I knew he wasn't stuck, but I was trying to go for that last quick fireball. I just barely made it. God damn.
Well, let's see what he was puking on.
What was my prize? What's my prize? Picker bell bearing.
Yep,
Oh, glowwort. So to help maximize my summons. Man, I hope there's a Grace here soon. Yes. No, I don't know if I saw a Grace. I thought I saw something over there. No, it's not a Grace.
It's more monsters.
But now they have guns.
I mean, there are. I don't think there's any guns in the game.
The vomit was bad enough. Okay, Science, what do you have to tell me? Be wary of left. Okay, good. Uh-huh. Yes, yes. Ah, shit.
Right there. Right there to the left. And it's not 1! It's 5!
And it has a bomb.
Oh my god. It had 1 HP left. Why?
That pixel!
What, you don't like this? You don't like the sliver of health meta?
No, I took that face.
Nope. Yeah.
Eddie, just
you need to
poke
stop taking those to your face.
Gravel stone. Yeah, exactly what I was looking for.
You did all that for 5 gravelstone. But it's about killing the enemies, right?
Yep, it is. It is. Yes, absolutely. Thrill of the hunt and whatnot.
Exactly.
Now what the hell do I do now? That was it? That was all that was down here? No item ahead.
Wait, but that one's lying because there was an item ahead.
Mm-hmm.
No liar ahead.
And that one was lying about the other guy being a liar.
Try jumping! Finger
Butthole.
butthole.
Try jumping butthole.
Oh boy.
I guess there's no more forward progression down here? Is that it?
It was all just for that bell. Ding-a-ling.
It was all for that 5 gravel.
I'm just wondering, does it mean I have to go back up? I guess there's another way to go. I was thinking this was forward progression, but obviously not. I guess there must be another way forward here. Which way do I go, George? Which way do I go? Oh boy. I hesitated because I got struck.
You've been hit by. You've been struck by.
A smooth criminal?
Red lightning.
A smooth criminal casting red lightning?
No, it's a wolfman.
A smooth wolfman casting red lightning?
Maybe.
Okay.
Oh shit. Oh boy, do I need that side of grace. Just gonna ignore you. We don't want trouble here. Well, I guess this is technically forward progression. Oh, fun. Geronimo. Where's that sniper? Oh, there he is. Right on target. Okay, who's that doing that bullshit?
That guy over there.
You,
And
stop
his
that
buddy
bullshit.
right next to him. That boy. And that guy down there.
Oh wow, even just having the holy ability makes even my magic anti-undead. That's good to know. I don't think I realized that before.
Right through the heart. And they too. Oh, the hair's gone.
Okay, is there anything around here? I see pretty lights. Okay, this is all just for show off, I guess. More snipers. Oh my god. It is what we call no bueno. Oh, he's got one of those attacks too. He can do that too. No resurrection for you. Ah.
Oh look, there's another buddy up top.
God, yeah, there's no way I can reach that guy. Shit.
Not magic
Yeah, but no,
lightning bolt
the range is too far.
for a lightning bolt.
Uh-huh.
What? Really?
Plus, I don't have lightning bolt equipped.
Oh, that'd be more pertinent.
Yes! Grace!
What would have been funny is if you already discovered. You're like, what? I have no recollection of this.
I had no memory of this.
How? How does this work?
Item ahead. Yes, items. Yes. I died. Oh no! I died! Okay, that's polite of him. I'm just gonna wait. Banished Knight grieves. Lols. Lols. I got you! I got you! Short boss ahead. Okay, good to know about that. What's around here? No jumping ahead. Seems like I can take that at face value. This is bound to go well. Let's do this instead. LOL, haha. Got
Great, don't get cocky, kid.
him. No hidden path ahead. None whatsoever. This guy looks pensive.
Now just kick him off.
Just full on Sparta him.
Yeah.
Ah,
no, just
crap.
kick.
Nope.
Whee!
Well, mutually assured destruction.
He died after you died.
Let's do it again because that was so much fun. Turn to this guy's back. Come to Papa. You know burn. Why you know burn? Okay. If that other guy has 2 swords, that means he doesn't have a shield, which means I can probably just use my burning ability and not have to worry about it. Shenanigans. Yep. Yep. That was the right call. Same thing with this dude. No shield, let's just burn him. Excellent. I think I've reached the end of my rope here. I suppose I could jump down. What was up here? Golden Rune 12. Okay, that's nice. Ooh, I almost got caught. Please fall. No! This is bad. This is bad. That totally should have been a fall. Boss ahead, try sleep. Okay, I guess we're at a boss room. Okay. Let's prep. Oh shit, it's 2 of them.
Oh boy, and it's fatty and skinny.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's Ornstein and Smo again.
Your goddamn sword.
Yeah, but think of the differences is that you've at least fought Ornstein and Orsmo before this.
Yes. I mean, Eddie kind of looked out with that visceral.
Yikes. Yikes, yikes! Yikes! Oh no, there's a wall! Oh fuck, oh fuck!
Frick.
Man, I almost had one of them down. Dang. Yeah, that's gonna be tough. Oop, what are you doing?
He's coming to stab you in the butt, Eddie.
Ah, shit. There go my runes. I'm not even sure how many that was. I don't want to know.
I can see the last 5 digits.
And the fact that he said the last 5 means that there were 6.
And
I
we're at
hope
what?
not.
7
I hope
digits?
not, because that's a lot. Shit. I don't want to
Okay.
think about it
6
anymore.
digits is a level.
Okay. It's only 5 digits.
Oh,
Eddie
okay.
moved a bit and I saw 5, so. So it's only 5 digits. It looked like there was 6, but there was only 5.
That's stupid! Who put the frickin'...
Who put that there?
Because you can fall down into the boss arena.
No, but who put the damn message there?
Not me. I mean, unless it said something really silly like, behold, fingers.
No, it just said boss room. Try boss. Or something like that. I read it.
Try boss.
Mm-hmm.
They killed you for a try boss.
Can't even get to the boss room now. That's what I get for trying to be cute. Okay.
There needs to be a mechanic to report griefy messages.
Or unless this is just not the way into the boss room, I guess is what they're trying to tell me here.
You can't pass through it?
No.
Huh.
What?
Guess it only works the one time then.
Oh, dropping down to the boss arena?
Yep.
You broke the floor. Now you can't do it again.
So I have to go all the way. Oh, I may have to go down instead. Maybe I just go down here. Yeah, there we go. I guess this boss room has more than one way to get in. Okay, alright, we're gonna try what it says I should try. Of course, I might not be prolific in trying it.
It's failing horrendously.
I don't know why my brain just barely picked up on it, but the Chubbo Godskin is giving me some Vothry vibes.
Yeah, I see that.
I can definitely see the semblance.
Not really.
I kind of get it. I
And
see
pre-glow up, obviously.
Well, I understand which side you're talking about. Before he ended up doing keto.
it.
Before
Of the
going on a
gods.
diet.
The keto of light.
God.
Anyway,
Oof.
no, ignoring the obvious comparison.
What the hell?
Oh,
Okay, what? No!
that was cheap.
Yeah, but that happens.
Yeah, because it just happened.
Deal with it.
But I think there's just too many disparate elements. I mean, it doesn't help the fact that, okay, they're both, technically, the Fat Godskin duo isn't fat, it's his armor and equipment.
He's
God
quite
damn.
literally wearing a fat skin. Or fat suit.
Lols.
So what you're saying, it's Vothry cosplay.
Yeah, I guess.
I mean, then the second thing is that his apron is made of literally 7 faces. And
No!
if you want some extra details, if you go onto his back, it's covered in back hair.
Oh, delightful.
Yes. We are using the whole skin of the god here.
We're using all parts of the gun.
Oh, come on, come on! I just need one. Ah, shit. Oh, come on, get stunned already, you motherfucker!
Nope.
You know,
And also no two runs, one
fight
squad.
in the bag. Sorry about interrupting. Oh.
Okay, let's try this again. Stop following me!
Don't stab me in the butt!
I don't know you.
I don't like that you do that.
Ah! Not that time, motherfucker. Come on. Yeah, if you wanted to get in the way.
I keep seeing Skinny One basically just start performing long cat maneuvers, and it freaks me out.
Oh, I think I got him, but I wasn't
Yeah!
Ah, shit. No!
Oh no!
You asshole!
Somebody did little rumblies in there with their tumblies.
Fuck! Stop!
It's not okay, sirs.
No! 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 I just need to take one of them out and then I can breathe! Fuck me. Ah.
So close! And if I'm looking at that right, the fat one accounts for 2/3 of the boss's health bar.
Maybe.
Not saying anything.
I mean, between the maybe and the not saying anything, that makes me think that you take down 2 and a third pops up. Obviously, I don't know, but that's what it sounds like.
A Godskin Super Apostle.
No, Godskin Prime. Think how
The
an Ascian
skinned
Prime
god!
is made. Think how an Ascian Prime is made.
They're just going to simply teleport an extra duo in, okay?
Oh, okay.
Like, you defeat one duo, and then you get a second duo.
Oh, okay. That's less exciting than the things I
It
was
becomes
thinking,
then Godskin Dario.
Dario.
It is I, Dario.
Godskin Quattro.
Quattro.
Fuck.
And no,
Okay.
they aren't piloting Sandrock. They're actually competent at killing things.
Well, Quattro is perfectly capable with the zero system.
Capable with the zero system.
Am I wrong?
No, but
You may not be wrong, but you might also be wrong for it. Type of thing.
it's like you're out of line, but you do have a point.
I hit him too many times. Damn it. I hit him, but big guy got in the way.
Oh god, I could think of something that would work in this, but no. That plays into a bad stereotype.
I might have to pull out my friend for this one.
Oh, you might have to go summoner mode?
Yeah, it might be necessary here.
I decided to check to see if our 5th would be showing up, and no response, so...
Well, just give me a call if you do need help.
Who are you gonna call? MPX?
Yeah, man, rolling.
Dead Man Rolling.
Let's try this again with snowflakes.
That's not snowflakes, Eddie. That's fire.
How did you
Ash.
dodge that?
Very carefully.
Move. Move.
Don't stab me in the butt after I walk through.
They're going to. See?
Yes, but he dodged it that time. He was ready for it. Oh!
I hope he killed his friend.
The plump one fights kind of like how you fight.
We're kindred spirits. He just has way more range than I do.
Yeah, for real, considering that riposte was like half the screen long.
Leave me alone!
Jeebus. Clearly, I should have put up a death counter pull on this one.
Too late.
Yep, that it is.
So you're gonna finally start summoning?
I might. The only reason I probably haven't done it yet is that I'm trying to think what would even be a good strategy with that. Because there's no way... These guys pack a punch. They're going to take out my... Fuck you so much. They're going to take out my mimic really quick. So the only question is, can I take one of them out before that happens? And I don't know. The other problem is that because I'll be restricted to using my Dragon Fist, I don't know if it's powerful enough to kill him quickly enough. There's a lot of ifs here. Fuck! Back off! No, leave me alone. No. Stop it. No, back off! No! I'm gonna give it a couple more goes, and then I'm gonna try summoner build to see if it can cut it. Well, I'll go for you then. Fuck.
Fuck Fanny. I mean,
Yeah, that's about the expected result.
And the butt stop just for disrespect.
Yeah.
Of course.
Disrespect. It's just this whole endeavor is disrespectful. Okay, what are we gonna do today? Well, okay, everyone's throwing fireballs. Okay, okay. Everyone's doing the Mario. Got it.
goodness gracious.
Well,
Great
considering one of them jumped on you earlier and squished you to death, yes, everyone's doing the Mario.
What's dumb?
Just stomped you like you were a Goomba.
Yeah,
Goomba Stomp.
Yikes. Run, just run, just run. No, don't crouch. We're not here for the crouching. Damn clip art. Thank you.
Yeah! Yeah! Yeah!
Oh, now I'm stuck. Fuck. Fuck your game.
Yeah, I was about to say now we're getting somewhere, but
No. Oh my god, that was so stupid.
It was chip damage from the fire.
Mm-hmm. But it was getting stuck like that. I thought it was a boon, but no. Immediately regretted it. I mean, I guess it wasn't really my fault. It's just stupid. Fuck you. Okay, we got this. We got this. What?
yep, that looks gotten all right.
Yorp! Everything went all according to plan. Plan failure.
Yeah, let's try something a little different.
And by different, we mean something the same.
Not necessarily.
Let's just find out how susceptible they are to taking big fireballs.
Given their general evasiveness, it might work.
Fuck. Fuck. I'm trying not to waste my resources on this. And that is such bullshit that they didn't give us an easy way to get to the boss. That was cruel. That was all on purpose.
I mean, like, I thought I saw a summon sign right at the door, but I don't think you had enabled summoning.
No.
And I'm trying to remember if it was the...
Oh, I know who summons for this fight.
Are they good for it, or no?
Yeah.
There's a third-party summon?
Yeah?
I didn't know.
I think that's them right there in front of that door, maybe?
No.
I
Okay.
don't know which door.
It may be the other door, because since that's a one-time, I doubt...
Oh, there is.
Oh, there it is! I did see one.
Who the hell's oh, it's the guy from it's the vendor. It's the guy from Volcano Manor.
Yep.
So there is help in this fight. Okay, maybe there's a chance after all.
Well, let's summon our NPC buddy and see how it goes.
But now I'm wondering if I want to swallow my pride and not beat this on my own.
Remember, Eddie, if you... It's like... threaten with doing summonings, you do better, supposedly.
Well, let's try that. Now that I've threatened to use summonings, let's see if I have any strategy that will work. If fireballs win the day for me, we're going to find out.
Fireball. Fireball.
Take the fireball. It's not terrible. It's somewhat sustainable, actually. Gotta keep my distance, and by that I mean not run into a pillar. Come on. Are their backs protected, or what the hell? This is not the worst thing in the world, so let's keep trying it. That wasn't terrible. But, man, that could have gone a lot better. Okay, let's try... Oh, shit. Oh, this is gonna hurt. This is gonna hurt. Whoa, where'd you come from?
He came from the opposite side!
I almost got the other guy. Just die. Don't dodge. You fucking dodged.
Stop dodging!
And you dodged again. Stop doing bullshit.
Stop turning into Long Cat, good sir.
Stop dodging. Just eat it. Thank you. Now if I could just live long enough to do something... Why don't you look at me?
You have no stamina, sir.
Okay, I was wrong. Apparently, MPX, were you actually correct? Because like I thought it was maybe that like one got powered up.
Oh god damn it!
Okay, MPX was not joking.
Well, the gimmick
I mean-
is that you can't stop them from being a duo.
Oh no!
You
You
kill
have to
one.
go through their health bars. As soon
You
as
have
you
to go
do,
through the bottom health bar.
I get it. They're gonna have to die nearly the same time.
no.
Oh.
As long as you kill the health bar, they both die. But if you kill one, it's going to respawn soon enough. That's the gimmick.
How's that different from what I just said?
I don't know.
Okay, never mind. I know what it is. I guess I don't need to explain
Just
it.
killing the same time isn't the answer.
Well,
It's-
not the exact same time, but I gotta kill them before they resurrect each other. Is that wrong?
Well, no, because if there's
No.
still bar left, then they're still going to resurrect.
Yeah,
Until
but the
bottom
idea
bar
is
done.
that as long as you get that down to one hit, it doesn't matter which one you hit.
You'll
Yeah.
kill both of them will die. So it's like the Ornstein and Smo without Super Ornstein or Super Smo. It's just continuous Ornstein and Smo. Sure.
And there was much opposite of rejoice.
Boo.
Dodge! At least I still got a lot of magic. You know what? Take the big ball. Have it. Fuck you. Just when I thought I found something that might help.
Well, I mean, now we know that if they're rolling at you, the pillar bases will block them. You just have to let it be stuck on the opposite side of you trying to come at you.
Come on. Come on. We're almost there.
This is a pretty nasty fight.
Yeah. Yeah. Want to try something?
No. I can beat these guys. It's just
Try summon butthole.
stupid
Try
bullshit.
summon butthole.
I'm gonna get around this stupid bullshit. I can do it.
Try summon butthole.
I'm going to reiterate. I thought you would have had an easier time on this fight.
I mean, if this is easier time, then that's even more cause for concern.
Okay, who's next? Who's next?
First are down.
No, don't get.
Ow.
Okay. It's alright. It's alright. At least I got past the bullshit. I can do this. There's a way through now.
There's a way through, and it's just annoying as shit. On the backswing.
Thank you for waiting. Not gonna clip me that way. No siree. No siree, Bob. That's gonna hurt. Ah, damn it! Ah, fuck. Yep, because I always survive that. Where's the other one? Fuck. Fuck! God damn, I hate that so much! I survived that. Fuck you. Okay. Oh, damn it. I thought I had him.
So close.
If it just went off half a second sooner, damn it. Okay. It's alright, it's alright. Oh, well, you know what I need to do? This is the thing I'm being stuck. I need to change my flask. Not fire, lightning.
Stab. Blood stab. Triple blood stab.
At least it's Peck's a wallet. Ah, look at that. I almost killed him. It would have been so much more beautiful he died before he hit me with that stupid roll. But we'll take it. Fatty. That's alright. This strategy is actually pretty good. I'm not too worried about anyone. that took way more than I thought it was going to. Okay, we can do this. They didn't get nobody. Jeez, how come you got so much range? Oh boy. As soon as I got hit with that fire attack on you, there's no way I was going to survive the roll. Okay. It's alright. It's alright. The strategy's working pretty well. I just gotta get a little bit better at dodging. Case in point. Ah, damn it, I just got just in the wrong spot. Ah, shit, come on. If there's any way to survive this, now's the time to learn it. Nope. Fuck you! These assholes. They're gonna get what's coming to them. It's coming. It's coming. I'm going to give it to them.
Mm-hmm.
4 hours later.
Well, we technically are like an hour and a half later.
Technically. I mean, I guess at any moment I could just summon the friend and that might be enough to give me the edge, but so close. pain train. Come on. Fuck. One down. Not fair! It's like a split second after he was summoned, he got an attack in. Fine. We're okay. We're okay. We're okay.
Just be careful. There might be another summoned in a few seconds here.
Yep.
Yep, there he is. Ah, crap, I didn't have the spell juice.
You are close, though.
You didn't have the blueberry juice, and he's rolling.
You didn't have the right. Oh, you didn't have the right.
Oh, I wanted to survive that stupid fucking attack.
Because you did the one thing that a lot of people learn to do, which is roll through the roll.
Well, that's what he usually does, but
God.
I think that's it. I
One
think
hit!
that's it.
One hit!
Oh,
Black Flame Tornado.
And you got a Chibo for
And yeah,
that.
and you got a ball bearing and a Chibo.
And a level from that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
a full fucking level and
That
and
better have
change.
been that better have been worth it. Black Flame Tornado. That looks pretty cool. God, that fight. I feel like I think I've heard rumors about that fight, but nothing I had heard prepared me for today.
Usually, like, the duo fights, and the reason why I don't say that one was a gargoyle fight is because of the fact that it was closer to a Smoen Ornstein fight, which is a fucking bitch of a fight. Because one is going to be very fast, and one is going to be very powerful. And it's usually not the one you expect.
Let's see, Rupture Tear, Explosion, Curse Blood, limits all FP consumption, negates damage. We're just seeing if any one of these means anything to me. I'm thinking the answer is no. Yeah, that's fine. No, we're okay. Got my spells, got my level up. Okay, I guess we can move on from here. We can all move on. Let's just move on.
Just move on with our lives.
Yeah. Oh, and there's immediately another Grace. What lies beyond? What now?
No plumps. Plump sort.
Ooh, what the hell is this?
dead end.
Or was there Grace here then? Or was this the Grace I was supposed to find originally, so that it wasn't be such a fucking chore to get back to
There's
that fight?
two entrances to here, so
That was the Grace that would have made getting past the two knights non-factor. Damn it.
Eddie was taking the long route.
Yeah. Then I was already here. I guess, yeah. I guess this guy. who won't just do the nice thing and fall to his death. It would be really nice if you could do that, though. Okay, so this is not the way to go. Okay, this is the way I came. I wonder if there's anything over here. Skin and bones. I'm sorry, I hope I didn't interrupt. That's a lie, I hope I did. Nope, not that way. Oh, I made my stomach churn. No, it just came from that way. Just here. Okay, I am actually lost.
Okay.
Oh, no, here,
Yeah,
wait.
that's forward.
Okay. Finally found.
Chunk.
Oh my god, are these Aussies or something?
Maybe? Be right back.
This guy is trouble. I have to be careful about his kind moving forward. Shiny golden rune.
And back.
Was that it?
No. Look backwards. Look to your right.
Oh. Thank God. I thought I was going to have to go all the way back upstairs. I'm in trouble.
You are indeed, yes.
Hey, look at that. I don't have to go back upstairs. And Gotska resurrects.
Except it's 6 of them this time.
Godson duo quintuplets.
Sextuplets.
I know, but I was making fun of the anime.
Unless we're doing geometrical doubling, which then it would be octuplets.
Is there one of those that starts with G? Because then it can still be an alliteration.
Not one I could think of at this time. There may be one, but I can't think of it.
No more having to worry about doggos.
Next, we'll be dealing with the Dino Dogs up here.
Ugh. Makes my skin crawl just thinking about it.
What, the underwater dino dogs that travel back in time?
Stop it!
Their attacks force you back in time and then put you underwater.
Didn't that happen in the last series of Get a Robo?
Yes. Admittedly, it was the other way around, where they had to go underwater in order to go back in time, but...
Also sounds terrible. Eddie, I give you the...
Actually, didn't they use that to go forward in time?
You have to go back to go forward.
To go
back,
forward and
forward,
back.
And go
back.
forward?
Eddie,
See,
I give you
like
it
the
all
ability...
ties together.
I give you the ability to travel through time. Great, awesome. You have to go underwater to do it. Never mind. I
Oh,
don't need to
look.
go back to time.
Whee! Just
The other
Oh,
thing
you're
I was
right
going to
there.
say is that's literally just a plot of Chrono Cross. Well, no, that's traveling through dimensions, not through time.
You're thinking Chrono Trigger.
Yeah, but Chrono Trigger, you don't have to go underwater to do it.
I'm Chrono Triggered.
Actually, there's one part where you do technically go underwater.
Okay.
I'm Chrono
Possibly two.
Triggered. I'm constantly Chrono Triggered. What if I go left?
He goes left. He fails.
And there was much success.
You said lightning didn't have the range in it.
Yeah, but the snapper we were dealing with earlier had way more range. Was farther away than that. Way further. There's no contest.
Eddie, you do know that lightning has about roughly the same range as a bow/crossbow. So if he could hit you, you could hit him.
He was also aiming from a high point.
You can
Well, I mean, that's kind of... If they had the high ground, then it's over.
His bow, the crossbow or bow can travel faster than longer because of the high ground. It was no contest.
I mean, that is how science... He has a valid point.
But video game logic says otherwise.
Not this logic.
Sometimes video game logic listens to science. Not always, but sometimes.
Sometimes.
Okay, where's the other one?
On the opposite side of the wall.
What is this, a Dr. Seuss book?
Yeah, like right there.
Sheesh. Oh, come on! There we go. Interrupted my fire ability at the last second there. I was like, no! Okay. Got the items. All that for
I think
lightning
that's
grease.
the end.
Yeah. All that for...
All that for greased lightning. I mean, lightning grease.
Only was the song. That would have been kind of worth it.
I would actually put that as less worth it, but that's just me.
Sorry, we're not in the 1950s, nor are we 40-year-olds trying to pass as 18-year-olds.
Was he 40 at the time? I thought he was younger. I thought he was age appropriate at the time of the filming that movie.
Yeah.
No.
Wait, what?
Try ranged battle? What ranged battle?
He's pointing at
That's in reference of something that you're not paying attention to.
Okay.
Oh, that's actually really fun.
Or these guys.
I hear lightning.
As
Very,
do I.
very frightening.
Where was the item that I thought I saw? Oh, it's over here?
And yes, I got your reference, MPX, but none of us have the voices to do that song justice, so I refuse to follow this train of thought.
I blanked. What song was MPX trying to reference?
Bohemian Rhapsody,
Oh. Okay.
aka one of the greatest rock songs of all time.
Oh,
Mamma
no.
mia. Mamma mia! Ugh.
I said we don't have the voices to do it.
Madre mia.
Technically, we do have a quartet.
Technically.
The only problem is none of us have coordinated enough to sing the song. So,
Me.
no, Eddie. No.
That, and I don't know if we have anyone with a sufficiently tenor/countertenor voice, which means we would end up ruining it. Hence, we don't have the voices for that song.
Wait, I thought I was a tenor.
Are you?
I know I'm not a bass, but I thought I was a
Well, I mean, very much not a bass, but
yeah. I would love to have a bass type voice, but
It's all about that bass.
god damn it.
no, it's trebles.
Are we having troubles? With triples?
Ooh.
Last time I checked, we were in Ireland.
And Eddie does not get the reference.
And apparently you don't either.
Yeah, I feel like you're both making references that the others... Well, no, I don't know. I don't know if Baron's referenceful enough to know if he actually got your reference.
I actually don't know what David's reference was.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay, so you threw something random at the table and then decided, if no one got what you were saying, that they didn't get your reference properly.
Well, I
That's-
mean...
That's
I
a
only
very
said that...
interesting-
I only said that because David said I didn't get his reference.
Well,
Or did I?
and you didn't.
Yeah.
You literally just admitted
You didn't. I mean, yeah, it's a really old show. Like,
It's an older
episode
meme,
title.
sir, but it checks out.
I'm just wondering where Ireland came from.
Him pulling something random out of his ass. Did we just establish that?
Okay.
No, but it's an actual thing though. It's it was when Ireland was not happy with British rule. Recent history.
What's that got to do with tribbles?
The Troubles is called.
No, he said Tribbles.
The Troubles with Tribbles.
The Trouble with Tribbles. A classic Star Trek episode.
That they even went back and did it in another season of Star Trek. Specifically.
This guy's a little harder.
Weirdly enough, I like the DS9 episode for it.
I mean, yes, it is weird that you like DS9.
Cisco is fucking amazing.
Damn it. Please tell me there's a Stake of America somewhere.
I mean, granted, I can't say anything.
Yes.
My favorite series was the one where I had a crush on the tween that everyone yelled at.
D&G.
Yep.
Yeah,
I know somebody that absolutely loves Voyager, and
Yeah, that's me.
And
I
you
was thinking
question his
Benji.
taste.
I was thinking Benji, but
Oh, okay, yeah. Voyager is best.
I'm okay with Tuvok, but no, Janeway just does not do it for captain wise.
That's irrecoverably of true. She's at least the second best captain.
Fourth best captain.
No, not even.
No, I'm sorry. Best captain is definitely Picard.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
not
Question.
arguing.
Yeah.
Without
mhm,
question.
Yeah.
Literally cannot be debated.
Absolutely.
No, Picard number 1. Number 2, at least in mine, is Cisco. That one I'm opening for debate, but for me, Cisco is number 2.
I'm sorry, but how can you forget about the OG,
He's 3.
who is clearly the second best captain of the Starship Enterprise?
Nah.
He's 3.
Yeah. Easy.
Admittedly, if we go into Enterprise, that one, Insomniac Fox. Evening, Eric Foxy, and I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah, apologies
Yeah.
for the insomnia. Woke up from... Oh, I'll let you read it. You have the
Woke
voice.
up from my sleep feeling hungry, so I'm eating a couple sausages.
Sausage.
Mhm.
I was
Hashtag
not going
relatable.
to go that way, but apparently you did, Michael.
It's okay. I'm allowed to go that way.
Well, you already go that way. So.
Exactly.
I mean, it's his choice.
I have 4... Oh, well. Really?
That's why I didn't say anything, Eddie.
The cold judgments. The cold judging silence.
Broad random thought / memory. What was the word? Ashki.
Ashke. That is Teledros. That's from Mercedes Lackey books.
Oh, that's... I recognized it, but it's like, that feels familiar. Where
I used to speak randomly in Teledros all the time. I actually have brought that back in my stream. Kyle does that occasionally.
Nice. I need to start rereading some Mercedes Lackey again.
There's actually new books that I have not yet read, and I do not have the shelf space. No, not Nifty. That's a different thing.
Nifty. But no, I probably also need to catch up on the 2 books that got released quite literally last year, or 2020, maybe 2020.
More Meg stories. Because I know he had a second series that I only got the first book of.
No, 2 new books of Dresden.
Oh, okay.
And they were quite literally released like 4 months apart, and I have both of them. And I haven't read them, and I feel bad.
Ow! It burns!
Time for the raspberry, the fruit punch. Admittedly, at the same time, like, I'm...
Nice
I
lion
feel like-
punch.
Oh, God.
Yeah, there's a commercial nobody thought they'd hear in 2022.
Is he even still the mascot?
No. The fuck? Do you think I watch commercials?
No, I know you don't.
What's a commercial?
But I swear
I'm
I
gonna do something mean and say this is a commercial and hit the run ad break button. I decided not to because that'd be a dick move.
Oh, but that would have been so good.
But it would have been a dick move. I don't want to be a dick.
I could have used the bathroom or something at that time.
I mean, if you need a bio break, we can do that. But
no, I'm okay. But I would have rolled with it. I would have yes-anded it.
you would have yes-anded.
Mm-hmm.
The awkward part is that we do get random commercials too, so it's entirely possible a random commercial to start playing or no. Actually, no, because Asher would know if he was because he's looking at the stream too.
Yeah, and since even though I'm in mod view,
You can
I still get commercials.
Yep, you have to be subbed to not get commercials. That's why I don't get commercials.
Oh no, they're back and they're
I don't
worse
have a
than
Prime
ever.
subscription.
More birds.
More birds.
Death by birds.
At least it was like
All the
5 feet
birds.
from the crate.
You killed the Godskin Quartet, but you died to birds.
There were two of them, okay?
There were 2 of the Godskin.
Yeah, there were 2 of the Godskins at any given time also.
But there will be more birds.
There will be more.
There will be birds. That's the sequel to There Will Be Blood.
All of a sudden. God. I'm thinking a director that did horror in the 1950s.
Hitchcock?
Hitchcock, yes.
Yeah, obviously the birds. Yes,
The birds.
the fact that it took you 3 extra steps to get there is actually hurtful to my soul.
I'm sorry. It's like I know his name, but it's not coming up in my
Eric
brain.
has something he'd like to add if you could voice it.
Come, motherfucker. Even though I kind of didn't pronounce it that way, I know what that stands for.
That dragon is problematic.
It was editorialized. It's fine. Oh yeah, no, that dragon.
That dragon has a very, very big,
Wide range.
talk about
That's a
ranged
wide-
battle. This is the range that you can't fire a bolt from a lightning or a... Oh, hey, bird.
Hello, bird.
It's
Goodbye,
just gonna
bird.
be all strafe.
All the birds.
Douboids.
The birds.
Homestuck has its moments, of course. Oh, that's where that's from.
Oh, from the ancient annals of history.
Of internet history.
It is sort of wild to think that Homestuck is like well over 10 years old by now.
Oh no.
Oh, look, 2
I
birds.
feel like it's older than that, isn't it? Coming up on 20
No.
when it started. I mean,
No, he did a different series before Homestuck.
Oh, are you thinking about Problem Sleuth?
Yeah.
oh no, I never was part of the Homestuck fandom. I just remember hearing it like way back. Like I swear I remember hearing it back in my LJ days, and that was like 03, 04, 05.
Oh, yeah.
Well, Homestuck was based off of a lot of sort of collaborative sort of storytelling stuff that you would find on 4chan and other places. Where the idea is like
LiveJournal.
I'm thinking of like Huge Quest or other things like that, where the idea is that like some artist or just writer would sort of prompt up a thing and then it would work like a choose your own story or like
They would
okay,
take
this
the
is a bit
first-
of ancient video game stuff, but there used to be a style of video game where you would actually have to write in your commands.
The good old days of old
Buzz.
Rogue.
Yeah. Well, the idea is like you had to write in like talk to the king,
Yeah.
ask
months.
about this, and it was just sort of based off of like that style of stuff.
Yeah,
Would you
Michael's
like to
correct. It's months.
Extend your
Yeah,
car
no, I
insurance.
used to be an immortal for a mud back in 03
Yeah.
or 04.
But Homestuck, I think its first startup date was actually around 2007.
Oh wow.
The
Okay.
flask.
I think.
Yeah,
Can't exactly remember.
The flask.
I mean, it's not all that hard to check up and see when Homestuck started,
Ah, yes.
unless it's offline.
I think it's still around.
Wow, Viz Media? The hell?
Wait, what? 2018 Homestuck and Viz Media. What the? What? Okay, MS Paint Adventures.
I know it used to have dates on each of the pages.
Problems with an unmaintained backup of the original MS Paint Flash Glory.
2007. Yeah, I was correct.
The Space Odyssey?
So 15 years ago.
Yeah. I mean, it's the correct amount of like pop culture life cycle.
Okay, here's where Viz Media came in. Is that apparently Andrew,
Yeah.
creator of obviously Homestuck, apparently got help from the Viz Media team for porting all of MS Paint Adventures content over to Homestuck.com and converting the Flash files into HTML or video-based formatting.
Oh wow, that's an important actual thing for Homestuck.
Because, and this is something that is actually known about it, was the fact that a lot of MS Paint Adventures and Homestuck used Flash for movies and the weird games that they made.
Yeah.
I mean, that makes sense given the
The
era.
interactables and such, but then again, it made sense, you know, back in the heyday of Newgrounds and such.
Yeah, and so, like, quite literally having, considering, I think the reason why he's partnered with Viz Media is the fact that he's also, Viz Media is also the publisher of the MS Paint Adventures / Homestuck
Physical copies.
physical books, yes. But from reading it, it looks like I'm gonna go back and read Homestuck. Oh wow, they have a save game and auto save.
Well, that was always there.
Yeah.
I mean, it was sort of important when you consider that it says like over 8,000 pages. And that can have an incredible amount of text per page depending on which part of the story it was.
But yeah, in this case, like if there was a mention of MS Paint Adventures, which that was the old website, which does actually have dates. And looking at it, MS Paint Homestuck finished in 2016. Should I go back to try and finish Hive Swap Part 1 some though? Well, Part 2 is out, so if you started it, you want to go back, but you may want to start over, depending on how long ago it was. Then again, they also made a Homestuck dating sim? And yes, you can hear me with the questioning why?
Well, Steam is currently advertising the Dead by Daylight dating sim.
Oh, right.
But I'm pretty sure that's supposed to be partly a joke.
I mean, like, it's what, $3?
I don't know.
$10.
Ooh, this one
Apparently,
is a special.
it's $10.
What's
Well,
this one?
it has a bit of quality to it if you actually look at it.
Look how this one's glowing. This must be a special item.
Yep.
Ooh, a
Somber
somber
ancient.
ancient. Ooh, nice.
Now you,
Yes.
that's
Like-
one more thing you can get to
Capstone
level 10.
for somber stuff.
So now I can upgrade weapons. Yes.
Did somebody make a Darkest Dungeon Fallout game?
A what?
Home Behind 2. I look at it and it looks like Darkest Dungeon, but it's like all post-apocalyptic stuff.
Oh. Well,
Oh,
I mean, Darkest Dungeon managed to succeed quite well with a very limited art style, essentially.
I like that there's results for every for essentially every action you attempt to take in Hive Swap. Appropriate for the source material.
Okay.
Rub everything on everything. Get funny message. Well, if I remember correctly, the original Homestuck was basically kind of parodying that style of gameplay of the old point-and-click adventures, which was rub thing on thing, see if you get response.
Arbitrary solution.
Yes.
Find the pixel.
Actually, looking at the Dead by Daylight one, I think that's the same team that did the KFC dating sim.
Oh, nice.
Just looking at the art style. Developer Psyop. Yes, they are. The developer is the same person that did it, I believe.
Well, maybe they're working off of the success of things like...
I mean, their other two games are Camp W, which is a free one, and a VR game called Kismet. The only game that you have to pay for is the Dead by Daylight dating sim. Huh. Main thing being there is no, you can't do that generic failure. You always fail in interesting ways. I think that was based off of the old, oh god, it was a Sierra title, space something. God.
Space Quest?
Why don't you... Space Quest, yes. Oh, hey, there's a collection on Steam for Space Quest, where even though like most of like the failing in interesting ways was just a text box going like, "Well, you turned yourself into goo. Good job." It still at least gave you a head up. But yeah, Space Quest.
Sierra Entertainment had a weird ass library though.
Yeah. One achievement for trying to use the doofy pigeon with everything. But, okay, apparently... Let's see... Oh, I forgot Sierra Entertainment got bought out by Activision. Aww.
Oh, they did? I thought they were under Valve.
That was
Nope.
years ago, literally decades ago, actually.
Actually, that makes me wonder, what is like the Creative Home Space doing now? Just living off royalties?
Which thing?
Andrew, like, what is what is his current project?
I thought, well, obviously the Hive Swap stuff, but he might be
Maybe.
working on Hive Swap 3 for all I know.
Okay. I like the flippy dippy on that combo the monster did.
Mm-hmm. It's all over the place, and it's so difficult to manage.
Really? Try crouching on the basket.
Look how my lightning reaches so far, David.
But they can't reach you with a crossbow.
Actually, they can.
That's got some.
There's your sign. Well, hated that. Not gonna fool me. You're in water. Oh shit.
You got hit by lightning.
Oh! Iframes for the save.
Wikipedia says there was an attempt at a Homestuck sequel. There's the other two Hive Swap games in production. They did a visual novel in 2021. Okay, yeah, I've seen some of his other work, and he definitely has the chops for that. But a Homestuck sequel?
Somberstone, Miner's Bearing, Ball Bearing. Yay. Lots of ball bearings. You can buy a bunch of new toys.
Yeah, apparently it's called Homestuck Squared. Started in late 2019 and went into indefinite hiatus with an expectation that it'll just be bulk release once it's ever finished.
So basically it went into hiatus, and once it's done, it'll just all at once.
Lorp.
All over the internet.
Ooh. Oh, let's see what's up here now. Interesting. no. I think I recognize this place. I'm gonna hate this. And that's why I'm going to avoid it by going this way instead of the other way. Okay, take care of that guy. Yeah, somebody's been busy here. Ooh, but not busy enough. What other item do we have here? More somber stones. Yay, more upgrades. We'll be so powerful next stream.
We'll die 2 less times than normal. Considering that I found out the person that's behind... Admittedly, I probably knew about it when it was happening, but the person that's behind News 52 was also a webcomic artist.
Sorry, News 52?
Yeah, the one about, like, don't look up at the sky.
Oh,
yeah, I love
it's
that
not 52. That I was wondering why it sounded halfway familiar.
I thought it was either New 52 or News 52.
No, New 52 is a DC Comics thing.
Yeah, New 52 is DC.
Yeah, I was like, I don't think it's New 52.
But no, it's not 52 is the problem. It's local
58. Local 58. Yes, there we go. It's like 50-something.
I'm obsessed with
But-
Local 58, and I'm like, I can't remember, and then I had to look at my subscriptions.
And now you understand why it took me so long to remember.
Well,
A Hitchcock. It's like, I should know this thing!
I love 52, but I think that's a little different place than Hitchcock, but
Well, 58.
58.
yeah, Local 58 is good, but it's been around for a couple years with very infrequent upload.
Well, it's also
Hitchcock may not have released anything in ages, but incredibly prolific director.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just the fact that,
Prolific
like,
abuser.
we both... What?
Oh yeah, Hitchcock was kind of abusive.
He was an alcoholic.
I don't know about that one. I don't
There
know
were
about
stories there have been stories about how he's treated some of his actresses.
that. Yeah, a little bit.
That's how it... Hey, that one I did know about.
It's unfortunate. I mean,
But-
obviously he left a legacy, but it's just unfortunate to know.
I thought those were just rumored, nothing confirmed, so...
I haven't seen confirmation. I've only seen rumor, but that doesn't mean there isn't. I just don't know it. But yeah, no. It's funny because the whole thing started off with the Birds, which is something. When I think Hitchcock, I don't go to the Birds first, but when I think the Birds, I think Hitchcock. I always go to Psycho first.
See, I actually go with his television series because I used to watch that on Nick and Night all the time.
Da-da-da-da-dum-da-dum.
Okay, mistakes were made last time because I should have just fought the recusant out here.
Because you should have taken things one enemy at a time.
Mm-hmm.
He's just not voice breaking.
You know, he's got that armor. That armor's super good. He's not going to voice break. That's just going to outlive him. Ah, shit. Well, there you go.
Nope. Nope. He's got some of his raspberry juice himself.
Ow. It has some range.
Also, I still say Apple did some dirty to the gaming community by saying, you can game on an iPad. Yeah, it's called Gacha. And no, don't. Also, they probably wouldn't even allow PS5 controllers to work.
Well, I mean, if they have it, if they allow generic Bluetooth, then by default, PS5 controllers will work with that. The shady part is them specifically acting like it's a tie-in.
Yeah. When it's just, hey, buy an iPad. I'm like, if I was going to buy an iPad, I'd buy it to use as a drawing tablet.
This guy's a doozy. I might need to use a scythe on him. Yeah, it's just a Bluetooth controller. Remember how all the Bluetooth devices in the PS3 worked for Joust? Like, it's just a Bluetooth.
Yeah, but those were the motion controllers.
Yeah, but it's the same technology. It's just because it's motion controllers doesn't mean it's necessarily going to connect differently.
I'd say the motion controllers were actually simpler than.
But I mean, the controls themselves maybe were, but it's the same connection technology. It's not different technology.
Well, it's not the connection technology. It's the actual, like, how a interface between the two. Because, like, is it using direct input or is it using X input?
I know we just said that the complication might be with the original PS controls, but they were motion controllers. If one of them was not going to work, it probably would have been the motion controllers, but they worked because it's just Bluetooth input.
Well, Eddie, the Bluetooth uses whatever input that the controller is set up as. You want to know why Xbox is so like an Xbox controller is so good with working like with 90% of games on Steam, even though they may state that it's not controller compatible?
Sure. What?
Because it uses a type of input system known as X input.
Okay.
Which essentially translates whatever button press to an equivalent key or button found on most common controllers. So, like, accept is maybe the bottom button. Cancel is the right button. Sometimes it doesn't work as intended. Sometimes it works way too well.
Yeah, I don't know enough about the PlayStation controllers to know that, but all common sense points to, yeah, it's just Bluetooth technology. If you can connect with Bluetooth, and as long as your device is able to take in Bluetooth, it should work.
Bluetooth is not how... Bluetooth is a connection. It's not an input.
No, of course not. The input's coming from the controller, but it's going over Bluetooth.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying is Bluetooth is like Wi-Fi. I'm saying the controller operates differently than a mouse or a touch screen.
Okay, Eddie, here's the idea. Think of it as a driver. And different controllers use different drivers.
Mm-hmm. Is there more to that?
No, that's how it is. It's like you can use OpenGL, you can use Direct 3D, or no, not Direct 3D, DirectX.
DirectX.
And they're two separate drivers capable of, essentially doing the same thing, but they're built differently. And they're not going to accept each other's commands just willy-nilly. I
guess before I lose the point I'm trying to make is that no little reason why I would think the PS5 controller couldn't work.
Okay.
It was a PS5 controller, right, from that commercial you're talking about?
Yes.
Okay.
And Eddie, I know that like you're saying like, oh, it's Bluetooth, it should work automatically. Yeah, Bluetooth can connect to any like as long as it's Bluetooth capable, like it can connect. But we're saying is like, well, what happens if like you can still connect to like let's say I have a Bluetooth speaker and Bluetooth headphones. They can still connect to my phone, but let's say my old Bluetooth speaker is like Bluetooth 2.0, and for some odd reason, it connects to my phone perfectly fine, but none of the controls on my phone will control the Bluetooth speaker because, well, it's a 2.0, whereas my headphones are a 4.0.
Uh-huh.
In this case, it's a much more of like, it still can connect, still usable, but there's a problem with the interface.
Yeah, it's obvious. There's going to be a problem with the interface because it's not necessarily made. The controller's not made with the intent. I mean, well, I maybe use your example. Your device was not made with the intent to work with something else, but
No. Bluetooth. Bluetooth is backwards compatible. It's just the factor that the controlling in the device is meant like doesn't interface with the newer version properly. You can connect older devices, older Bluetooth to newer devices because Bluetooth is considered backwards compatible. So, like, you can connect a 2.0 device to a 4.0. Like, you can connect a 2.0 to a 4.0 setup device connection. But the operation of the device may not be compatible, or it may not work. Literally.
yeah, it may not work. But
Yeah, and that's
experience says that it probably will work, and that's it. I mean, and at this point, we're just talking speculation because unless someone has an iPad and well, I guess I have a PlayStation 5 controller, but someone has
I can
an
actually
iPad. Yeah.
I can actually describe this in something that I've experienced on my Windows computer.
Mm-hmm.
Before I had my Xbox controller, I had a Logitech controller. I had so much problems with it because the Logitech controller had the option of switching between direct input and X input. And this was back in the day before everybody kind of standardized on X input.
Mm-hmm.
And I'd constantly have to swap between the two and check to see which way the controller would operate properly or be recognized in a game before I could use it. And this being a Logitech controller, it had a dedicated connection, but some games I could not use it in direct mode, and in some games I could not use it as X input in direct input, or use it in X input.
Mm-hmm.
The controller was detected by the computer, showed as connected. I could use it in other games, but just did not operate depending on the software at the time.
Mm-hmm. So then, I guess going back to the commercial where this is stemming from. What do you think we're seeing in that commercial?
I think the commercial, they got the most popular controller to use, which a lot of people are saying the PS5 controller is like I actually found out that one of my coworkers uses a PS5 controller.
Mm-hmm. For what?
For gaming in general.
Outside of a PS5.
He doesn't own a PS5. I know this for a fact.
So that's what I need clarification on. He has a PS5 controller, just no PS5. Loves to use it on non-PS5 things.
He uses it exclusively as a PC controller.
Okay. Cool.
And as such, he does admit that there are times when he has to go into Steam the Steam controller settings to get it to work.
Mm-hmm.
But I think in the commercial, they use the PS5 controller because obviously they're not going to use a direct competitor's controller, aka the Xbox controller.
Wait, who's the competitor here? This is Apple we're talking about, right?
Yeah. They don't want to use Xbox because, well, Xbox is Microsoft. Microsoft is a direct competitor to Apple.
I suppose that makes sense, yeah.
Nintendo's not going to allow them to use the Switch controller because, no, that's Nintendo. No.
So why is
Even
Sony
though-
an obvious example, an obvious exception to this then?
In this case, Apple may be paying Sony in order to allow them to use the visual look of their controller. Yeah, licensing fees to have the controller in the commercial. Because
But you're saying that for this commercial then that they only let them use the visual? I don't care if you don't test it or not, doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because ultimately, if it doesn't work, then it's going to be Apple that's going to have to field the complaints.
Yeah. But I think the main
All
purpose
Sony has to do is say, we have never tested the compatibility with Apple. We cannot guarantee compatibility. You'll have to take it up with Apple.
Yeah, and admittedly, I did not listen to the commercial. I did not see the fine print on the commercial, so I cannot confirm it. But the entire purpose of that commercial, barring the controller shenanigans we've been talking about, was probably to tell people, you can game on an iPad.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, apparently with a PS5 controller.
No, you can just game on an iPad.
Well, the commercial has a PS5 controller in there.
The PS5 controller is in there, yes.
But it's just as a stand-in for generic controller, despite the fact that they paid a licensing fee for it.
Yeah.
I guess that's the part I don't understand, because why would you do that?
Because it's something recognizable.
Yeah. It's something... Nintendo's not going to say yes. They don't want to go to Microsoft. And 99.9% of controllers fall under one of the three basic formats.
And here's the thing, is that I did take a look at the screen of the iPad of the game. Guess what it looked like? A generic Mario Kart clone.
Which is even more reason that Nintendo wouldn't want their name attached to the commercial.
Yeah. And I have not checked for it, but it definitely, the game on the iPad did not look like a real game. But
which is a different problem in and of itself, honestly. But I just don't see why everyone would go to trouble of featuring a PS5 controller in a commercial like that, and no one bothered to check whether a PS5 controller would work.
Well, Eddie, remember? I'm not sure if you ever remember those commercials, but the commercials for DeVry University about the gaming stuff.
Mm-hmm. I think I've seen a couple of them before.
They had generic PS2 controllers that they weren't exactly PS2 controllers, but they were you could easily fudge it to look like they were playing on PS2 controllers.
Okay. Do you think that's what's happening here? Or do you think Apple actually got actual PS5 controllers?
They got PS5 controllers, paid the licensing fees because, well, they can't, it's the look of the PS5 controller is actually trademarked. That I actually just found. You cannot make a controller that looks like the PS5 controller. It will infringe on the copyright. Or trademark. So, somebody got PS5 controllers because, obviously, whoever was working the PR department at that time had their hands on it, paid the licensing fees, just so they could go, hey, you can play games on an iPad. Doesn't matter if they've tried using a PS5 controller on the iPad or not.
Yeah, that's where
And the other factor.
I'm being lost here. I guess that just doesn't make any world of sense to me. Or I guess what I don't understand, what doesn't make sense to me is that why would the
Why would they auto?
Why
So
the
this
automatic
goes
down?
this actually goes a level deeper.
Ooh,
Oh.
tell.
Apple is now actually selling DualSenses.
What?
There you go.
So that the partnership is deeper than just the is deeper than just the optics of it.
Like, are they actually selling, like, Sony
PS5
licensed?
DualSense controller.
There you go.
If they're selling it, that means they probably had to have done some testing on it.
I mean, presumably, yeah.
Yeah, and that's why I guess where I'm being a stickler is that presumably. I guess what I really was questioning is the thought process here. Just that, honestly, if I saw a commercial like that, nothing is 100% guaranteed, especially with the way things are with businesses and the trickery they can pull.
Yeah.
It's just that I don't understand why your default assumption wouldn't go with, oh, that's probably true. Maybe there's a chance that is wrong, but I mean, it seems like there it is. PS5 control works with facepad.
Eddie, my default with Apple is, as long as they've got a like a sentence somewhere hidden someplace, they can basically say, yeah, we used the PS5 controller. But if you look at this one sentence that's stated 7 pages deep in our thing, there's no guarantee that the PS5 controller will work with every game. Or with the iPad. Because Apple is that type of stickler where they will stick something somewhere, often like some weird place. You can still get to it. You have to fight to get to it.
It just sounds really cynical. That's what I'm saying. It just sounds really cynical. And I couldn't help but I am
super cynical with Apple. I do not trust them one bit.
Then you almost should have started that, because I think the logic has always been that, of course, they're advertising a PS5 working because it works. But you could totally say you're cynical, and that would have, like, I totally understood that. But there was no logic to back up a lot of that.
Well, it's more of like my personal experience with Apple, where the reason why I'm cynical is because they did that.
Fair, also fair.
So, my thoughts was.
But we spent like 20 minutes talking about how the technology of it working, which was never really the question then, because the technology.
I don't know why you brought it up that way. I was just going like, I do not think the controller would work with the iPad, because Apple is one of those types of people that they'd rather make something proprietary and then charge people for it instead of using a third person. And that was my argument for that, of why I didn't believe the commercial. But apparently Michael has dug it deeper and found that apparently they decide not to, and allow a third party to make a controller that's compatible with the iPad.
Which now you bring that point up, it is strange they didn't just make their own controller, because that's the kind of company they are.
Of course they are, but the problem is that they have never done it.
The closest thing that they've done to gaming is Apple Gaming, which is brand spanking new, technically.
Right.
Technically,
they've always had like one little bit of a pinky toe in the pool, but they've never actually like even stuck like the full foot in. Because there have been games on Apples and Macs going back to literally forever,
Mm-hmm.
but they've never made that a focus of their devices.
Oh wow, and it's full price too.
Oh yeah, no, it's full price too. Also, if you look at the actual page, they have a nice little disclaimer about the warranty. That the warranty is that 100% of technical support and customer care is handled by Sony for this product.
Also interesting.
That's the stuff I do expect from Apple. Is the little tiny fine print saying it's a Sony product. Any troubleshooting that you need, contact Sony, not us.
And for anyone playing along at home, literally go to apple.com, literally hit the search and type in DualSense. It comes up as a suggested search. Scroll to the bottom of the product page.
So, okay.
Who's doing the support for the controller again? I think I heard it wrong the first time.
Apple does not. It's Sony. Sony's responsible for all of it.
Okay.
For note, products sold through this website that do not bear the Apple brand name are serviced and supported exclusively by their manufacturers in accordance with terms and conditions packaged with the product.
Okay.
Apple's limited warranty does not apply to products that are not Apple branded, even if packaged or sold with Apple products. Please contact the manufacturer directly for technical support and customer service.
That's the wording.
They'll sell it for you, Sony, but we're not going to support you in any way. But we are going to use your images. We're going to use your controller to sell the fact that, hey, we can be cool gamers too.
Actually, I think one of the photos is the iPad shenanigans photo. I am doing this right now.
The one that shows the splash screen of Apple Arcade.
I think so.
The fifth one in the line.
Yeah, the fifth one in line. This is like the second time we've been talking about Apple.
Yeah, because we were just talking about Apple on Monday.
We were? I don't even remember that part.
Well, by we, that was with Itrio.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Literally everyone but you, because you were paying attention to the game.
Oh wow! They also sell SteelSeries controllers on here and Razer controllers.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the weird expanding ones for your iPhone.
Oh.
Which, those ones are Bluetooth controllers and can be used with any phone. But they're showing off an iPhone in this one because, well, obviously... Oh, they're sold out. The Razer Kishi, by the way. Apparently it's the iPhone edition, but there is more than likely one for Androids.
Oh, we're so close!
I'm sure there is.
But, okay, that answers a lot of questions.
That mystery was solved.
And also questions a lot of answers.
That's a good way of putting it, yes.
Okay, so do you think this is a stopgap for Sony, for Apple making their own controllers, or do you think this is their, like, okay, just forget it, we're not going to make our own controllers, here we go?
I think they're basically saying, nah.
Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if it is a stopgap. If they do turn around in, a year or two's time, they go, oh, by the way, we've been working on this Kickrock Sony, Kickrock's Razer. And also SteelSeries who?
Admittedly, SteelSeries, Razer would probably still go like, we can make it work. We just...
Well, of course, yeah, no, the Kickrock being them no longer Apple no
Painful.
longer announcing their partnership.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I think they can't stop it from working again unless they with taking away technology works.
They would have to literally make a proprietary signal type that is not analogous to Bluetooth.
Which also not above Sony's actions, but
Or a proprietary input type that. Yeah, the controller's still Bluetooth, so you can swap it between your phone and your iPad and your iMac. But the input is only quotations compatible with Apple products.
Oh God! Oh no! It's Apple. I know exactly what they would do. Because every other controller type right now has the 4 face buttons: the triangle, square, X, circle, or the ABXY.
Yeah,
They do one with 3. No, not 3, because Genesis did 3. No, they'll add one. They'll do one with 5.
They'll do one with 5.
And since it is a completely unique and different from everybody else type, then, well, I mean, how are you going to use your other controllers? Your other controllers won't work for this game that you want to play on our software.
It is horrible, and I hate that concept, but that is definitely something Apple would do.
it sucks. Beating him is the last thing I'm doing today.
Or instead of having a traditional L3R3 like Sony does, they'll have specialized buttons inside the grips. So where normally your middle fingers would be.
Oh, you mean like the Xbox Elite controller or the Steam controller?
Yeah, like that, where you have those extra ones that are right there.
Yeah.
But they would do that in... Oh, I mean, because with the Xbox controller, you have the kind of like the L3R3 type button press still as well.
Yeah. Ooh, that would be bad, and I would hate it. The L3 and R3 aren't pushing the sticks in. They're quite literally the center, but the entire center of the stick is a button.
Oh, wait, but no, because you normally press on that to control the stick.
You make it have a certain level of resistance, so that like normal like moving the joystick won't cause it to button press. So you have to press not as hard, but hard enough to depress the button in the center.
Well, I mean, I guess that depends on like how you like, because the way I use sticks on a controller is I put pressure on the center part of it, and I use the weight and the pressure behind.
I never said it was going to be a good concept, but
yeah, though that is true. I mean, it's Apple, so expect flops.
Well, I was also thinking from a hardware perspective, where if they do that, that makes it like, oh, the only way to get the controller repaired is at an Apple facility or an
Well, of course, because most people aren't trained on that specific level of calibration. That's very fine calibration.
And the other problem would be that only Apple would have quotations the setup to do that. And I'm like, no, you're just going to cause problems because either people are going to like either A, that button is going to basically be complained about and everyone wants it gone, or B, they're going to engineer the joystick portion to the point of where after so much uses, you basically cut the wires to the button so it stops responding.
AKA planned obsolescence. Hey, that's another thing they're good at.
Yeah. So, because either the gaming division is just, they're doing it to try and get into the gaming market, and people are going like, now we want to reach to a major portion of the populace, so it's like, we'll just release on Steam or the Epic Store, which, that generally tends to be the case.
Yeah, Steam especially.
Considering that I've heard that a lot of the games that were on the Apple Arcade exclusive aren't technically Apple Arcade exclusive. You can find them elsewhere. Generally console only. Because one of the games that I thought was going to be Apple Arcade only, I found it on the Nintendo eShop.
Might be a timed exclusive then.
It might be timed exclusive, but I don't remember them ever saying it was going to be an Apple Arcade exclusive, ever. And I think the games that Apple stated were Apple Arcade exclusive are no longer listed as such.
Hmm.
Yeah, if you're wondering what game it is, it's Oceanhorn 2.
Hey, never heard of it.
Oceanhorn 1 was a Wind Waker / Link's Awakening type game.
Interesting choice.
It was fun, if a bit janky. Oceanhorn 2 seems to continue the weird mix of Zelda games because it's Wind Waker plus Breath of the Wild. Still a bit fun, though. Okay, grinding to change gears on this one. What did people think about the Pokemon motorcycles? Or motorcycle?
The what?
Yeah.
The two new legendaries, one turns into a motorcycle. The other one looks like he's a motorcycle but runs.
Yeah, that's funny.
They've turned the legendary into the HM slave, essentially.
God, it was so close. God dang it.
That's why I shut up for a hot minute there, Eddie.
So close. I can deal so much damage to him, but then I start missing. Ah.
Things just did not connect.
Last thing we need to do today. Come on. Come on. Last thing. After that, we're done. You hear that, my MC? We're done. Just beat this
10,
one last
15
bad guy for
better.
me. Yeah, it's definitely almost time to call it a night.
One more time.
One more time,
One more time.
with this build, then I'm gonna try Summoner. I'm gonna try a Summoner build, take him out, and see if that does any good. After that, I'll call it. What? Fine, okay. Couple of summoners and if that doesn't work, then it's done. Then it's done for tonight.
Are you gonna quit already?
Yeah, yeah. I've been stuck on him too long. I might be out of juice. Okay. Like,
Well, you don't
Chat.
technically need to fight him to go past him.
no, but you know me.
Hmm.
Watch
Wait,
as we
can-
defeat him, and then next time he's still here.
Wait, can I not summon a?
No. He is a once only.
No, but I can't summon a mimic. I can't
Yep.
summon at all.
Nope.
Ah, fine. One more time.
By yourself.
I think you're skilled enough to win. No, I mean you've gotten him down to 10%, a fair amount.
I can like beefs up or something because I can't get him past that last bit.
I think it's just simply your concentration goes a bit.
See, that's the kind of bullshit that happens. Okay, this is the last time, and then I'm calling him.
Okay.
Stupid summoner build. You made me look bad. You know, it's an item I haven't used. This could be. Let's use that blessing Fia gave me, just for poetics. What is this Wolfram doing now? He never used to double attack like that. Yep, I'm done. Done for today.
Every projectile you say. All of them.
Done.
Dun
Okay.
dun 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 dun.
Okay, so that's it for tonight. I'll pick this up and probably beat him like in 2 tries next time, just because after I have like a full rest or something. That's
3 months later.
3 months later.
Speaking of 3
Okay,
months
we're
later,
on our 100th fight with this guy.
Yeah. Speaking of 3 months later, tomorrow I'll be back. I'm back streaming again, but I'll be doing Fallout 76. Friday, the crew is going to be doing Chrono Cross. I'm going to say Trigger Chrono Cross.
Yes.
Saturday, I won't be streaming, so up to you, David, if you want to stream, because I'm going to be in Tucson, so I'm going to be out of town.
So possible Tunica.
More
Mhm.
tunic.
And that'll round out the weekend. Then we'll start again next week, probably Monday, with me doing some more Fallout 76. But that's the weekend plans at this point. Anything else worth plugging, discussing before we call it a night?
I think that's about it.
No, that's it.
In that case, good night, everybody. May your draconic knights ever die in the future. And
Bye.
live it.
Man. Bye.
Bye.